Sunny skies shine overhead on a busy day 12 in Paris as semi-final spots are secured.
Live around the world on Facebook, YouTube, the official website and app. Welcome to Live at Roland-Garros. Daniela Hantuchova, former world number 5, is alongside us in the studio. And together with Daniela, we've packed all this into tonight's show. A new star is born as the defending champion crashes out.
Novak Djokovic stays on course for a second no-lay slam.
And Roland-Garros' 11-time champion takes a trip down memory lane. Lovely to have you with us this evening. And I have to start with the weather. Daniela, it's been sunny. We've had play, we've had spectators, we've got matches done. What a wonderful day.
Yeah, a happy day, I think, for everyone after yesterday's day. And it's just one of those days you just want to be part of Roland-Garros. And no matter if you're a fan, player, organizer, it's one of those days that you're going to enjoy big time.
A lot of people enjoying practice sessions as well. It was all on after a washout yesterday, including this, Daniela, with Rafael Nadal finishing his practice and then a whole swarm of people coming around him. Look at this. I mean,
where is he?
He's right there in the middle. Can't you see him?
Yeah, no, it's incredible the way Rafa handles his fans, and when he can, obviously not in that kind of situation, but I'll tell you, he makes sure he signs every single autograph that he ever gets asked. It's just incredible how much time he finds for his fans, and obviously that's why he's loved so much. And you know, if you win this tournament 11 times, obviously we all can have crowds like this.
That's amazing.
Very, very cool to see that, of course. Many Rafa fans and Roger fans too. We'll get to that match coming up tomorrow, but first we head out around the grounds. It was a busy day and there's still some tennis going on, but where are we finding you tonight, Eli Weinstein?
Hey guys, I am courtside Philippe Chatrier, where the last match just ended. The French pair, Martin Chardy, qualified for the final. Huge atmosphere here on court Philippe Chatrier. You can imagine all the French fans rooting for their boys. An interesting story, these two guys, they've been playing together since the age of 8 years old. So they're like childhood best friends. Fabrice Martin didn't have the career of Chardy, but they play a lot of doubles together, and now they're going to play a Grand Slam final. Action is over here. They're closing up the court. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the Players' Lounge and try and get somebody who has a bit more of an interesting opinion than mine on what happened today and what's going to happen tomorrow. And I just want to end by saying I'm the head weatherman, and yesterday I said it was going to be sunny. I mean,
well done,
was I right or was I right?
Okay, so the next challenge, good job on the weather. The next challenge is find a world number 1 in the Player Lounge. That's a former world number 1. How's that?
Okay, challenge accepted.
Okay, there we go.
I go.
He really has gone. Okay, we'll be back with Eli a little bit later. Daniela, we want to talk through the story of the day, and how can we not start with a 17-year-old who's picked up the biggest win of her life. And we have followed her from the very start of the day, and I think you were one of the first people to see Amanda Anisimova.
Yeah, I happened to be in the gym actually before her, which I was very impressed by when she got there. And I was really nicely surprised what I saw. You know, she was focused right from the point when she hit the side, and it was all about business. She was doing all her routine exercises, making sure she warms up well, and I just love her attitude for 17-year-old. It's just incredible. Also, we got to say that she's now working with the former fitness coach of Maria Sharapova, which is huge because she's a tall girl, and the way she moves, that's to me most impressive about her game. Not only mentally how strong she is and how she's able to deal with all this great expectation that now she's got on her shoulder, but also the way she's able to move around the court, because what Simona tried to do was a lot of the times to go behind Anisimova, because that's the perfect play on clay, and she seemed to be not troubled by that at all, which is very impressive by a tall girl, where you have to really change directions quickly and stay under the ball. So it was an incredible match from her.
The amount of firsts, a first Grand Slam semi-final, a first top 5 win, a first player born in the 2000s to reach a Grand Slam semi-final, and added to that, she has not dropped a set.
Yeah, it's incredible. And these are the times you gotta enjoy. You know, when you have all those firsts in your career, it's when you have no pressure. It's also when your opponents are still trying to figure out your game. So she's just flying through the draw. But to me, you know, you can be playing a great tennis, but how mentally she's able to accept this big occasion is just incredible and very, very impressive.
It's not just the hard hitting though, because we see plenty of that, but she was up 4-1 in the second set. Simona gets it back to 4-all, but then I really felt like Anisimova matured beyond her years in those few games.
Exactly. She did not panic, even though it was getting really tight. And I'll tell you what, if Simona was able to get through that second set, could have been completely different story. But the way she was able to manage all that, it was just incredible.
The first word she said was what, but she said a few more when she spoke on court to Marion Bartoli.
I can't believe it. I mean, I've been working so hard, but I didn't think it would pay off like this. This is honestly more than anything I could ask for. I knew if I wanted to win today, I had to do something different because this wasn't going to be an easy match to win. So I'm really happy with my performance because this is one of the best matches I've ever played.
Merci d'applaudir Amanda Anisimova.
I knew she has the tennis, obviously, but emotionally it was very tough task for her, you know, to be in a center court first time with a champion from the last before, you know, a player like Halep with experience, great mobility, so it was a great performance. So I'm extremely, extremely happy that she was able to handle her emotions and take her time to be able to hit the ball the way she struck the ball today.
So coach very happy, Daniela, after that win. And then here's the moment where she gets to see her team, including her mom, who, of course, gets the first hug.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a teamwork at the end of the day, and they all have to be so proud of themselves because everyone plays a huge role in that. And I got to say, it was the same setup when she got there in the morning, and they were just all super relaxed but focused at the same time. And also, I want to point out what she said there on the court, that she knew she had to do something different today. Well, that's so easy to do, but so hard to actually... Easy to say, but so hard to do. And that's where the trouble starts, because sometimes when you play against a top player and you feel like you have to do something different, you might go for your shots a little bit too much, and that's when mistakes start to come in. So the way she was able to find that balance between, yes, doing something really extra special and playing probably, to me, the best match she's ever played, and doing it against Simona Halep is just incredible. And the maturity and the calmness she had today, very well done.
Amanda Anisimova beat the defending champion and world #3 Simona Halep, and Halep had this to say when she came into press after the match.
I feel sad because every time when I lose, I'm sad, and I'm a little bit upset because I couldn't make my game. I couldn't move normally, but you know, I think she played great, and I think that I've done everything I could today, and this tournament. I'm happy with the result. It's not bad at all to make quarterfinals at a Grand Slam, coming as a defending champion. The pressure was on.
So Halep unable to defend that title successfully, but, well, one quest that's still up is the no-lay slam. He's going for it for a second time, and Novak Djokovic is back into the semifinals here for the first time since 2016 when he completed the first no-lay slam. And Daniela, it's his 26th major victory in a row. That is incredible.
That is just incredible, Nick. And, you know, I think a lot of us were questioning what he was doing after Melbourne and maybe taking too much time holidaying and all that. Well, guess what? Who are we to say? I mean, you know, he's won 26 consecutive Grand Slam matches, so he knows better than anyone how to prepare. And every time now he gets to a Grand Slam tournament, it just feels like it's a different Novak. He's got a completely different head-on. It's all about business, very, very focused. And, I mean, the way he's playing, I mean, I don't know who can stop him.
So it's 5-4, Zverev serving for that first set, Daniela, and then he kind of just hit a wall there, was only able to win a handful of games after, and he spent 5 more hours on court before this match compared to Nole.
Well, it was understandable because he gave everything in that first set, probably playing the best he could and still not being able to get through that match. That's when it starts to get frustrated. That's when you start to feel all those physical efforts in your past matches because you just suddenly don't see how you're going to get through that match. And still, you know, he kept fighting till the end, but also Novak being able to change those 7 out of 8 break points being down. That's when, you know, it just shows how confident he is, and he just never seemed to be trouble after that first set.
And it obviously picked up on how Sasha Zverev was feeling because he was drop-shotting after drop-shotting to great effect.
Yeah, that was the great tactic when you know that your opponent might be physically a little bit struggling and tired, and Novak has obviously one of the best drop shots, especially on clay, as we talked about throughout these 2 weeks. It's the most effective shot when you hit it at the right time, so he was trying to use it, Novak, as much as he could, and it was the right tactic today.
So a 9th semifinal for Djokovic here at Roland-Garros, a 35th overall, and for just the 6th time in his career. Imagine this, he hasn't dropped a set on his way to a major semifinal, but he is looking clearly on track to perhaps grab another no-lay slam.
And up next, it is a 9th career meeting with not this man, but this man in Dominic Thiem. And I feel, Daniela, with all the talk around the no-lay slam and Fedal, chapter 39, that we're not talking enough, really, about the man who's been labelled the heir apparent to Nadal on clay.
Yeah, exactly. We are not talking about him enough, especially the way he played today, and the conditions were just perfect for Dominic because it was dry, it was quick, and the kick serve was taking off big time, and he was able to use his slice, his spin, all the advantages of his game on clay. So. Yes, we better start talking about him because, I mean, to me, I just can't wait to wake up tomorrow and see what happens because I've been saying this actually for the last few weeks. The way these top 4 guys are playing these days, I don't think I've seen men's tennis with a higher and better quality than what we are seeing now. Also, these are the best times of the season when everyone is in their top shape because on clay you have to be. There is no other way around it. Plus, you've got another Grand Slam coming up soon. So this is when you're going to see the players in their best form. And it's just, to me, it just can't get any better, but obviously it will.
It's the first time since 2007 that the top 4 seeds in the men's draw have made it to the Final Four, which is why we cannot wait for the semi-finals. So for Dominic Thiem, he will march on to face Novak Djokovic. He dropped just 8 games. He's into his 4th consecutive Roland-Garros semi-final. That's now 51 Grand Slam match wins for the Austrian, just 8 games lost. And afterwards, Eli spoke to his coach, Nicolas Massou, who is already looking ahead to the Final Four match.
They play each other in Madrid in the semi-final. It was a very close match. Dominic have chances there, but at the end, Nole played better in the important moments. But it was very close, so they play each other before many times. Dominic won a few times, and Djokovic also. So, well, I think the tournament must be happy. The number 1, 2, 3, 4 in the world are in the semis. And I think there's an unbelievable day for the crowd tomorrow.
It certainly will be an unbelievable day. We also have the women's semifinals, and earlier on court, Suzanne Lenglen, it was Ash Barty, the all-court Australian, into her first career Grand Slam semifinal. Daniela, the 23-year-old has dropped just 1 set en route, and she's playing this all-court brand of tennis where she's not afraid to come to the net.
She's not afraid to come to the net also because of the fact that she is on Suzanne Lenglen court, which just fits her game beautifully because she can be really aggressive just for the reason that that court is much faster and being able to come in. And what I was really impressed that in the past we might actually see Ashley struggling a little bit mentally to get through these kind of important matches, but today she did not see any sign of that. So incredible performance from Ashley.
Yeah, 11 from 12 at the net, and actually she played on court Suzanne Lenglen. She's going to get that court tomorrow in the semis, and she talked about that very court today.
Oh, it's incredible. I felt like for myself and my team, we've approached this clay court season a little bit differently to others and have really enjoyed it. We've embraced it and have been playing some pretty good tennis. And ultimately, I feel like when I'm able to play my game style and my kind of tennis, I can match it with everyone regardless of what surface it is on. So super excited. And the fact that we're still here in the last few days is incredible.
Incredible indeed. So semi-final Friday. Wow, it's going to be packed here tomorrow, but let's go ahead and check out what's been happening around the world of social media. Okay, Daniela, we didn't know this. Maybe you did before, but Novak Djokovic is a knitter. Did you know that he could knit?
I did not know that. I mean, I know them pretty well, but I had no clue that, it's with these champions, like it seems like whatever they touch, it's going to be gold. And I think, these are the nice things that now in these days you can actually see what the players are doing during their rain breaks, because obviously it was very frustrated for everyone. So, yeah, fun times for the Novak's family.
What do we think he's making here? Because I can't make it out. What is it?
I wish he can show us the final results on Monday.
Yeah, can you find out for us?
Okay, I will. I'll do that.
I think for me it was the concentration on his face. I mean, where he was concentrating on what he was doing. Now, someone who's been getting out and about while well going on this run to the semi-finals. There's a certain 17-year-old from America, Amanda Anisimova, and it's nice to see. She is only 17. It's nice to see that it's not all work, and she has been getting out and about.
Yeah, and it's so important to do that, just to try to forget about tennis for a little bit, because I'll tell you what, to stay around for 14 days, being mentally focused every single day is just super hard. And, you know, especially the young players, they can do that more. The older you get, you got to save the energy, you know, just maybe short walk around your hotel to the next coffee place, not doing the touristic stuff as much, because you just can't afford to waste as much energy as when you are 17 years old. So she just got to enjoy it all now, and she did the right thing there.
Okay, last but not least was this moment from Rafael Nadal before his match just a couple days ago. And this is an intense, well, we've seen this before from Rafa where he does this hop, but look at the mascot just next to him. I felt like she was maybe scared for her safety.
I don't really think she knew what was going on. She said, why is this man just leapt in the air?
Probably she's such a big fan that she knows exactly all the routines of Rafa and every single thing that he does before he gets on the court, and this is just part of it. So what a moment for her, though, because, you know, this is where actually they might become one day a tennis players themselves. I mean, we talked about it so often, how important it is to be a ball girl or ball guy at some stage of your career, because it just gives you that motivation to hopefully make it to the court one day for yourself as well.
So maybe we'll be playing out that video when she's a Roland-Garros semi-finalist. You never know. Now, at the start of the show, Nick set Eli a challenge of finding a former, well, he said current, but a former world number one to speak to. So let's see how Eli's done. Back to you, Eli.
Okay, guys, I'm joined by Evgeny Kafelnikov. Evgeny, thank you very much. First, I want to get your impressions on what happened today with the guys, the girls. Well, you followed, obviously, the scores.
I know the results. Yeah, both matches were quite one-sided. Novak dominated Sasha Zverev 3 sets, and same thing happened on court Suzanne Lenglen, where Dominic played almost outstanding match against Karen Khachanov. So in one way it was logical that both favorites got through, but I thought that both matches could be a little bit closer than it was.
And tomorrow is a huge day. I mean, back-to-back huge days, and with this big match the whole world is waiting for.
Well, it is on the paper big ones. Rafa against Roger. But we all know the record that Rafa has in this tournament. So, to be honest, I don't think many experts expecting, honestly, that Roger was going to get through tomorrow. But what I personally think it's going to be a tough match. 4 sets, I predict, but Rafa is going to come on top.
And what about the other match with Dominic and Novak? Can there be a surprise there? Because Dominic Thiem has been playing unbelievably well.
Yes, it is. He's playing with a lot of confidence, especially after we all know what happened last year. He got to the final and lost to Rafa in the final. So he believes that he can go all the way and win the tournament. So the other one is could be much more interested for the fans, for the spectators. But again, those 2 matches that's what the doctor ordered. Top 2 matches, all top 4 seeds are playing against each other. So for the fans, it's going to be a fantastic day tomorrow.
Are you going to be a fan tomorrow? Are you going to watch?
I will be watching, yes. I will be watching.
Get your popcorn ready?
Yeah, and a beer.
Maybe more than one, because it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, I'm expecting a really long day tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. So are we. We hope so. Thank you, Evgeny. Yeah, back to you guys.
Okay, Eli, a challenge, well, mission accomplished there, finding former world number 1, Evgeny Kafelnikov. Now you hear him, of course, talking about so much tennis that's to come tomorrow, and actually one of those matches, well, it's featured in our daily question. We've kept it very simple for you all. Roger or Rafa, they meet for a 39th time tomorrow. And let's go ahead and hear from the guys themselves first on this historic matchup.
To get to Rafa is not simple. It took 5 matches here for me to win to get there, and that's why I'm very happy to play Rafa, because if you want to do or achieve something on the clay, inevitably at some stage you will go through Rafa, because he's that strong and he will be there. So I knew that when I signed up for the clay that hopefully that's going to happen. If I would have had a different mindset to avoid him, then I should not have played the clay. So I think by that mindset, I think it helped me to play so well so far this tournament.
I really expect that he's gonna play aggressive, changing rhythms, going to the net. That's my feeling, that he gonna try to play that way, because he's playing well and he has the tennis to make that happen. And I have to be solid. I have to hit the ball enough strong to don't allow him to do the things from good positions. I need to let him play with from difficult positions. So from there, he gonna have less chances to go to the net or to play his aggressive game.
Okay, I mean, every time, this is the 39th time, but every time it's fascinating. Daniela, you said yesterday that maybe your heart is going for Roger, but it's going to be a tall task for him tomorrow.
I know, and I know I'm in the minority here, but I'm going to defend myself. Last 4 matches, Roger. He's coming to the net much more. He's hitting his backhand topspin better than I ever seen him. He said he came here to face Rafa full of confidence, so I know not too many people are going to back me up here, but actually not only my heart, but my mind says the same.
So we're going to get the poll results very shortly, but first let's find out if some familiar faces agree or disagree with Daniela.
I think it's going to be very tough for Roger for his age, you know, I mean, he's older than me, so I shouldn't be talking, but, you know, hopefully he's going to come up with the goods, and you know, his creativity always is always something that you can't really predict. So, but you know, obviously Rafa loves the clay, and
the clay loves Rafa.
Yeah, well, that, and to him it means the world to win this tournament. So I think he's going to leave 120% out there. So I think it's Rafa.
I think Roger in the last 2 or 3 years has started to even have more variety to his game, because he knows he needs it. He's older and he's smarter the way he's playing. And I noticed against Wawrinka, he went to net at the end there a lot. I don't know if he was tired or if he thought, I'm just going to go for it or what, but I like the fact that he's choosing to go in more often.
I mean, there's no doubt that on this surface with best of 5 that Rafa is a favorite, but you have to factor in this will be the first time at Roland-Garros that Roger's played him with the bigger racket, the larger racket, and Roger's won the last 5 matches with him playing a more aggressive style. So if he's able to play that style in cooler conditions when the ball's not going to bounce up as high as Rafa would normally want it to, it helps Roger. Whether that's enough to do what's been virtually impossible here and beat Rafa best of 5 at Roland-Garros, we'll be excited to watch. We'll be excited to see. We're lucky to have it.
Courier and BJK, you keep pretty good company there. They're backing you up there.
I know, just a little bit though, not as strong as, but it's very interesting to see former top players, number ones in the world, to be also very undecisive, because with players normally you see very strong opinions, and here it's just so hard to tell. Also, I agree with Jim, it depends so much on the weather, because if it's gonna be windy, trouble for Roger, and yes, I gotta give it to Rafa. If it's gonna be humid and slow, but not windy, then that's Roger. So we are going really into details here.
Okay,
and,
so we have to bring back our meteorologist.
Also, one last thing I want to point out, it's Roger's footwork. It's better than ever. I don't know how he does it. The older he gets, it just feels like he's faster and faster around the court. So, okay, I'm going to stop here by defending what I said, but it's just what I feel.
Well, it's a fascinating conversation. We put it to you on social media, and this is our biggest vote ever. No surprise, over 23,000 of you voted on Instagram and on Twitter. And Daniela, the results are 57% say Rafa, 43% say Roger. So regardless, it's the 39th chapter, and we cannot wait for it tomorrow.
And we are going to stick with Fedal, chapter 39, for this evening's Minute with Camille.
Hi guys, as you can see, I'm standing in front of the draw, this big draw, where the semi-final of our dreams is here. As you can see, Roger Federer facing Rafa Nadal. It's just the most beautiful match that we're waiting for. And of course, they know each other for a long time. What Roger Federer can do against Rafa Nadal, well, he has to stay very aggressive. As he's doing the whole tournament, he's coming to net quite often. He will have to do that against the Spaniard. He also has to serve and volley, of course, but not all the time, because if he does it all the time, then Rafa Rafa Nadal will get used to it, and he will be able to do some passing shots in the feet. So he has to mix Federer between serve and volley and staying backward. Also, he will have to use his short slice backhand, because sometimes Rafa Nadal is far away from the baseline, and it will be good to take him close to the net to take advantage of it. What about Rafa Nadal now? Well, the first thing, he has to stay focused the whole match. I think it's one of his skills against Roger Federer, who sometimes has some problem keeping his concentration. Rafa Nadal, he knows how to play a point 100% from the beginning until the end. That's the first point. The second point, I think he has to be very aggressive as well in order to put Roger Federer far away from his baseline and maybe keeping him away from the net. That's the second point. And of course, playing with a lot of spin to make Roger Federer play his backhand really high at the level of the shoulder, instead of playing here at the level of the hip, where Roger Federer can play slice, he can play anything. So those three skills are going to be important for Rafa Nadal on this semi-final. Well, guys, I can't wait to see this huge semi-final between two rivals, but two friends as well. I'll see you tomorrow for another topic, and enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for that, Camille. And it's another meeting for Fedal on clay, their 16th in their career. It's time now to check in with Eli Weinstein. Well, Eli, you met my last challenge, but what do you have for us here at the end of the show?
Well, first of all, I want to say that I wanted to get a good seat for tomorrow. I'm not going to be missing it. So I decided to find this chair. I don't know what you guys think about my spot. I have a pretty good view right down the tram lines here on the advantage side. And yeah, I'm not moving from here. I have my sleeping bag right under the chair. I'm going to camp out here. I will have the best seat in the house, or at least one of the 6 best seats in the house. And I wanted to take this opportunity, Daniela, because I wanted to ask you, what is going on in this video, Daniela?
Oh, wow. That was actually...
You work for Serena Williams?
That was actually super cool. I was shocked myself that Serena has never gripped her racket ever before. This was an exhibition we played 2 years ago in Madison Square Garden. It was an amazing experience. And suddenly Serena, we were all at the bench, and she realized she hasn't changed her grips, and she wanted to send it to someone. I'm like, what? Like, can I actually teach you how it's done? And she genuinely seemed really surprised. So
I don't think she's focused on what you're doing. I
no,
think she's
not,
thinking,
yeah,
Daniela,
she's
this
like,
is
yeah,
great.
whatever. I'm not ever going to bother to have that done. So it was nice to be able to teach Serena for a change something, because obviously on the court she always showed me the lessons. So, but it was obviously whenever you get to share exhibition matches with Serena is special. And also, I never thought I would be able to play at Madison Square Garden, which was a cool experience. So, but I just want to say to Eli that he's got the best seat there in the house, but at the same time, you will be having to do a lot of work tomorrow, because those line scores will be very, very important.
Watch
Are you ready?
this. Watch this. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Well done.
And I have another one. 1, 2, 3.
Good job.
You're ready for the job.
Are you going to say anything on the serve? Are you going to shout out on the serve?
I'm going to drop the mic now.
Thank you so much, Eli.
Thank
That's a
you
pretty
very
good
much.
seat.
Yeah, no, it's a very good seat. He's not going to be there tomorrow, in case anybody is wondering. Or maybe he will be there. Now, as we come to the end of the show, we're going to stick with our Roger-Rafa theme, and we're going to take you on a trip down their Roland-Garros memory lane.
A chance to see them play another incredibly meaningful match with historical implications. It's very special. We're very lucky to have them in our sport at any time, let alone at 37 and 33 years of age, still playing for the biggest titles and still adding to historical records.
Deuxième demi-finale du simple messieurs. Ici, c'est le court Philippe Chatrier. Premier joueur entré sur le court est espagnol pour la première fois à Roland-Garros. Et il est déjà en demi-finale à Rafael Nadal. Numéro 1 mondial, le Suisse Roger Federer.
We shared the most important moments of our careers together on court facing each other. So it's another episode of this.
For me to get to Rafa is not simple. I took 5 matches here for me to win, to get there, and that's why I'm very happy to play Rafa, because if you want to do or achieve something on the clay, inevitably at some stage you will go through Rafa, because he's that strong and he will be there. So on top of it, because he's a left-handed, it just changes everything, but you just never know. He might have a problem, he might be sick, you never know, and you might be playing great, you just don't know.
I really expect that he's gonna play aggressive, changing rhythms, going to the net. That's my feeling, that he's gonna try to play that way, because he's playing well and he has the tennis to make that happen. I hope to put him in trouble. If not, I will be in trouble.
Well, it's the match we can't wait for, and actually it starts our program tomorrow from 12:50 on court Philippe Chatrier. It's first up, and that's to be followed by Novak Djokovic against Dominic Thiem, and that's a day we're really obviously all looking forward to. And then the women, they'll be on court Suzanne Lenglen, Ash Barty against Anisimova, and then the other semifinal featuring Johanna Konta and Marketa Vondrousova, that'll be on court Simone Mathieu.
And those two women's matches start at 11, and then the men kick in at 12:50. Is it silly for me to ask for your match of the day with everything we've just done? Are you going to tell me something different?
No, I'm not. I think this is the day when we again gonna all agree on that match that I think we all can't wait for to see. And as Rafa said there, well, he might be in trouble, Roger might be in trouble, well, the fans won't be in trouble. And this is also one of those days when all the players just suddenly became fans, get the popcorns ready, and I think everyone just can't wait to wake up tomorrow.
Cannot wait, and we'll be back tomorrow looking back on it.
I like that Kofelnikov is going to have popcorn and a beer. I'm a little jealous of that. We're going to be right back here with all of that, all the highlights, and we should have finalists for both the men's singles and the women's singles tomorrow night from 7 p.m.
Yeah, no beer, no popcorn, but the three of us will be here looking back on the day's play. It truly is semi-final day. We have all 4 matches being played tomorrow, so make sure you join us. Facebook, YouTube, the official website or app. Same time, same place tomorrow night. Bye for now.
Haute. 8-7. Bec Navant. 8 partout. Septième match, Bec-Navarro démange à 0, 6-0, 7-6.
Once the players are out, then you go, okay? And meet in the room.